being with me this Saturday morning. I know it's a crazy, busy time of the year. Hope you've had a good weekend up to this point. I'm going to record these sessions. I'm going to try to make them as short as possible and give you some specific activities to do prior to the next webinar that we do. Probably end up doing maybe 3 or 4 of these. And I know a lot of you have already gone through all the video training from our original Programming Your Mind for Success. Basically going to be the same thing, but I'm just going to add a couple of things and try to do some enhancements, if you will, to the program. But I hope you guys have had a great weekend up to this point. We still have a few people coming on, so I'm going to give them just a second. But actually, my middle daughter graduated last night from a little small school in Campbellsville, Kentucky, Campbellsville College. She's got her master's degree. She'd actually already graduated, but she got her master's degree. She's a psychologist working with a family psychologist. And I just got back this morning. My granddaughter, Chapel, plays in basketball leagues, and it was really, I love to go see her play when I'm around, and I try to get back to see her play. She's been playing since she was tiny, and today they won by 2, and she hit 2 free throws, so I'm very proud of her. But I wanted to share this just as we get started this morning. Right before halftime, this kid that doesn't get to play very often, and it's a mixed league, it's girls and boys are playing against each other at this age, and this kid went out and kind of turned his ankle a little bit. They didn't stop the game or anything, but the coach recognized that he had turned his ankle and said, "Hey, we'll just sit down on the bench." And I was watching the coach. He says, "It's swelling or anything?" "No, it's not swelling." "So, okay, you think you'll get back in?" "Yeah, I can probably come back in." And he's sitting on the bench. And then 3 or 4 minutes later, I watch him, and he's kind of limping, not bad, but he's limping around the court, and he comes in and he flops down behind us, and it was his mom and his dad and then some other gentleman that I didn't know. And he plants his head inside his mom's on his mom's chest, and he starts whimpering and crying. She said, "Well, honey, is it swollen?" "No, it's not swollen." It just hurts. It just hurts. And I don't think he was hurt bad, is my point. But here's my main point. The dad says, "Well, you just want to go home?" And he said, "Yeah." And they got up and they left. They didn't tell the coach they were leaving. The coach was looking for them after halftime, and I could let them know what happened. But I guess my point is, when you get hurt, you quit. It's not about the team. It's not about staying there to support your team or encourage your team or root for your team. It's, I turned my ankle, therefore I quit. It's kind of the program this poor child is going to grow up with. And like I say, I just found that fascinating. I just witnessed that this morning. And as you get more aware of these things, you start to see it all around you everywhere that you go. So I think we have everybody. Probably we got the people that will be able to make it this morning. And again, this is going to be different, guys. I'm just going to try to communicate and just talk to you. I do have a couple of updates I need to give you. The publisher has ran out of the books. We have some here in the office, but we don't have enough to get to everybody, but we have placed an order with the publisher, and she assured me as soon as they're done, they will get them to us and we'll get the books to you. But we don't want to wait for everybody to get the book before we start mailing. So this week, our shipping people will be in 2 or 3 days this week, and we will be sending out the Subliminal CD that you requested, either the General Entrepreneur or the network marketing, the customized network marketing, the 2 tickets. Everybody should have those in the mail to you this week. Some of you will have the books. Those that don't receive the books, you'll receive the actual book. So I needed to let you know that they will be shipped this week. And of course, this is kind of a crazy time of the year for shipping, but they will be in the mail on their way to you. Officially, what I want to do is just start this January 1 is what I'm thinking. But, you know, the more you can kind of familiarize yourself with everything, the better you're going to be between now and then. And I know some of you have already gone through this program and are already started through the program. I'm really excited also because I'm going to do the entire program myself with you guys over the next 9 months. So I'm going to be doing it every day. And I've done this a couple of times in my life. So I'm excited. I'm going to be doing it with you. The foundation of what we're going to be doing is the greatest secret in the world. It's in the book, the Og Mandino book. And I know some of you have seen this, some of you know about it, some of you have read it, some of you haven't. I want you to have the whole book because I think the story is kind of fascinating that goes along with it. But the essence of the book is 9 scrolls. And basically you read the scrolls to yourself once in the morning, once around noon, and once in the evening, 3 times a day. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to read the scroll, depending upon your reading speed. And that's the foundation. Then what we're going to do is we'll add the subliminal, subliminal audio that you can play as often as you want, but you know, definitely if nothing else, you can go to sleep with it. It's just weird music, not even weird, but it's just music. Not elevator, big band kind of music, just kind of chamber music. It's nothing you're going to love to listen to, but it's not too distracting. I was going to initially do it with ocean waves, which I like, but in the past I've had people say, Dale, I can't listen to the ocean waves at night because it makes me want to get up all night and go to the bathroom. I've heard people say that. So it's like, okay, what can I do that will be the least offensive to the most number of people? So you'll read the scrolls and have the subliminal going, and then add affirmation cards that you write out. And if you want to record your affirmations, that's even better. You can record them and listen to them. You know, if some of you are in the car every day, some of you aren't, but if you record I believe that your subconscious responds to your own voice better than any other voice. That's why when you read your affirmations, you always want to read them out loud with conviction and emotion, with as much belief as you can possibly muster. And again, if you're going to do it, guys, if you're going to do this program, then do it the very best of your ability. And you're going to feel weird. You're going to feel strange when you first start doing this, okay? That's normal. But you will. But do it to the very best of your ability. Say, well, Dale, how are we going to do the scrolls if we don't have the books yet? Well, in the back end area right here, the greatest secret in the world, we have PDFs for you of just the scrolls. It's not all the book. It's not the story, which, again, that's why I want to make sure everybody gets the book so they can read the story. But the scrolls, you can print out the scrolls for month 1, which is all about developing new habits, is the topic of that scroll. You can print it, and if you can keep one. You can print as many copies as you need. If you need to put one in your on your nightstand and keep one in your desk at your office, if you have a job, and keep one in your car, or just carry one with you all the time, whatever you want to do, you can print these scrolls as many as you want and put them wherever you want to make sure that, oh, I forgot my scrolls. No excuses, guys. And commit 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, in the morning, noon, afternoon. Read the scrolls. Read the scrolls. Listen to the subliminal at night or whenever you want to, but get through it. It's just 30 minutes is a subliminal. And there's 3 things I want to cover with you this morning that I think are just really important, and to kind of set this up for us. Step number 1, and I know this is something that some of you really need to focus on, and that is accept the science. Accept the science of what's happening, of what we're doing, of what's going to happen for you. And the goal is not to be motivated. It's nothing about motivation. Motivation happens in the conscious mind, and it's fleeting. It doesn't last. It happens in the conscious mind. The goal, and what this program will do for those that implement it, will create new brain cell patterns that create internal motivation, mindsets, and patterns that ultimately create whatever success is for you. I just had a thought. Let me see. I hope you guys are hearing me okay. I don't have my producer with me today. Cindy, if you, as long as the slides are moving and you hear me, I see you and John are on here. Could you just send me a text and say, "Hey, Dale, everything's a-okay. I just had a fleeting thought, like, I hope everything's a-okay." So if you have my text, if anybody has my text number, if you could send that to me, Cindy and John or whoever, I would appreciate it. Now I'm getting concerned. Let me see. Testing. Looks like everything's good on this end. Okay. Chat. Somebody, if anybody hear me, just type in the chat area. Dale, I hear you. You're coming through fine. Got it. Okay. Everybody's good. All right. So, again, this is real important, and it's something I just want you to really, because I know everybody's not there. We're all made up of opinions, attitudes, and beliefs about anything. So when people start talking about creating new brain cell patterns, and once you have new brain cell patterns, you automatically act differently, and your activities ultimately create your behavior, and the right behaviors create success in whatever aspect of life, whatever profession you're in, whatever entrepreneurial endeavor you're involved with. The brain cell patterns that you have ultimately create that success, because it creates the consistent activity when you don't feel like it, or when you are doing the right thing but you have feelings of flight, fright, or freeze, as we talked about in the promotional webinars. And so all those feelings are going to come to you, and knowing what's happening and stepping back, taking a couple breaths, getting your conscious mind and working through those patterns, ultimately over time eliminates those patterns and creates the correct patterns where you don't even have those feelings anymore, because when you get in that situation, it just automatically triggers in your mind and creates motivation with brain cell patterns like, if you have nothing to lose by trying and a great deal to gain, a successful ball means try, do it now, and so on and so forth. So I think for some of you, you wouldn't be here this morning and you wouldn't have gotten involved in this program if your opinion about what we're communicating was not good. You know, you have a good opinion about it. It makes sense. It's logical. But we're all made up of opinions, attitudes, and beliefs. And an attitude is stronger than an opinion. And a belief is, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I know what this does. It makes perfect sense from a scientific standpoint, but I've experienced it. I know what it feels like to have the shift, the new brain cell patterns. And it kind of freaks people out sometimes when it first starts happening. So I just wanted to let you know that up front, but accept it. That's the shift I'm experiencing. You start saying things that you didn't even know you had in your mind. And it is kind of fascinating as this process begins. But the thing that I wanted to communicate, if some of you are here because, you know, Dale, I don't know, it's still kind of out on the limb a little bit for me, I'm not sure about all this, then what I would encourage you to do back here where we in the original area is really go through the science, really study the science, and because you got to sell yourself on the fact that this is solid science, it's not theory. So that's the first thing I wanted to communicate. And I know a lot of you have been hearing about this and looking at it and studying it and reading it off and on for many years, and you're convinced, hey, this is a path. So if that's you, then don't worry too much. But if it's not you, you know, if you're still, well, Dale, I'm here and I feel like it could help, then I want to encourage you to sell yourself. And the only way you're going to sell yourself is through facts. You know, anybody can get fired up with emotion, but sell yourself on the facts, and the facts come from the science. And I hope that makes sense. Step 2, you have a PDF in the members area. I know many of you keep journals. If you don't keep a journal, I recommend that you keep a journal. That would be a great Christmas present. Jim Rohn has a journal. There's a lot of good journals out in the marketplace, but I recommend that. But on the PDF form or in your journal, wherever you want to keep it, the next thing that I would like for really the first activity that I ask everyone to do is write down your perfect day. And I would like for you to look 5 years into the future, December 17th, 2021. And if you could design the best life, the best situation that you could have, the very best, in 5 years, what would your life look like in 5 years? What would be the very best you could visualize that you could hope for in 5 years? December 17th, 2021. So we're going to talk about working backwards from that, but right now I really want you guys to think 5 years out, because you're going to see a difference as you start going through this program in yourself immediately, almost. I mean, you're going to be able to, you're going to, you know, everybody's a little bit different, but I mean, you're going to see, you're going to feel new brain cell patterns develop. It just happens that way. And sometimes what happens is everybody's at different places. Some of you need to get past things, little things, like being consistent in your business or being better at scheduling your time. And what I feel like are some of the basics of this business. Some of you need to get through that, and this, you'll definitely do that this year. But what happens to all of us at some point, we get to a point where we're in a rhythm and we're in a routine and we're very comfortable with the processes and the development aspects of people and building teams, and you'll get real comfortable with all the skill sets after a while. And that's going to happen, I mean, fairly quickly. And when I say that, I mean, you know, for most people within 18 months, all of that's pretty well done, taken care of. Okay, so once you get there, it's like, okay, what now? What is it now? Because I can do this business in my sleep. So now what do I do? So that's why I'm encouraging you to think about the perfect day 5 years from now. What would your perfect day look like 5 years from now? Write it down in the form or in your journal. But between now and our next overview, our next training, take some time and write that out. And I would love it after you write it out, just take a picture of yourself and put it in the Facebook group saying, I have my 5-year perfect day done. Did you hear what I just said? After you've done it, I would like, you know, and I would say I would like to make this mandatory, but obviously I can't make it mandatory, but share it. And you don't have to get in detail. Just snap a picture of yourself holding your sheet up. You don't have to get into all detail. You don't have to share it unless you want to. And some of you, if you want to post it in the Facebook group, that's awesome. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to say, hey, I've done it. I have done it. Here's mine. And if you want to post it, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. But at least let's see, a picture of it. And I'm going to do the same thing, guys. I'm going to do it as well. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I'm not going to do. So that's the second thing. The third thing I asked you to do before you got on this is identify your 5 most limiting beliefs, and then create 5 affirmation cards with empowering beliefs that are the opposite of your limiting beliefs. And I'm going to try to really give you some examples and really help you, because I think this is the hardest part. Limiting beliefs keep us safe, secure, and ultimately delusional and miserable. And the thing about limiting beliefs is they're hard to identify because they're our belief, because we believe them. So it's not limiting, Dale. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. And the whole concept, idea of limiting beliefs is something that's kind of current. Like within the last 5-6 years, you have psychologists and brain people, neurologists, scientists, this whole concept of limiting belief in that terminology is not something that I heard a lot about early. It was always about developing the right beliefs, programming your mind the right way, positive mental attitude, a lot of that. But limiting beliefs are ongoing. It's a never-ending process. It's something that you'll always have to work on. So I had to overcome, when I started in the network marketing profession, I had to overcome a lot of fears. Fear of the telephone, fear of failure. What if I do it and it doesn't work out and I fail in front of all my relatives? After I shoot my mouth off and then I fail in front of my relatives. So fear of failure, fear of rejection, a lot of fears. And a lot of you, depending on, most of you are network marketers, but we have people that are involved in other entrepreneur endeavors. And every entrepreneurial endeavor has different fears. Most are relate in some way to fear of failure or fear of rejection. Most. So it's a little bit touchy. It's a little bit of a touchy subject because a lot of you have already gotten past the basic fears that most real estate agents have, or that most insurance agents have, or that most real estate investors have, or that most, people that have Shopify web stores have, or whatever. So most of you have gotten past the basic common fears. Some of you haven't, in whatever profession, entrepreneurial endeavor you're involved with. You understand the basic fears. You haven't overcome those. So get down to where the rubber hits the road. Don't talk about the huge fears necessarily. Get past the basic fears that everybody has in your profession if you have not already done that. And I hope that's making sense. Don't create some huge grandiose fear that you need to overcome, even though it's true that you need to overcome that. But get down to the basics. What fears do you need to overcome to move your business forward in the next 90 days that will make the most impact in the next 90 days? So when we're talking about limiting beliefs, I want you to think about it from a 90-day perspective, and then down the road it will be a 1-year perspective, and then as you conquer more and more limiting beliefs and you develop new brain cell patterns, then those limiting beliefs become much deeper and grander, and sometimes may take a little bit more time. And I hope I'm communicating this the way I'm trying. For me personally, and I'm just going to share some personal fears here, some personal limiting beliefs. In August of 2015, I made the decision for the first time ever to really devote some time, energy, and effort to building network marketing support services. And I had never made that decision. That business has been operating for a long time, and it was always been my bread and butter. Business just came to me, consulting contracts, just, it just was there, and it was just something that I could do in my sleep, still can do in my sleep. but it was never business that I focused on. It was never business. I want to become a network marketing teacher, trainer, consultant, seminar speaker. None of that was ever a desire. It just kind of happened. And in August of 2015, I made the decision for the first time that I'm going to build out network marketing support services. And when I really started thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, Dale, what's going to have to happen here to make this somehow worth your time, energy, and effort, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a time standpoint? And what's your ultimate goal? And ultimately, I thought, okay, the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, this concept came because I decided to focus in on network marketing support services. I said, I want to set up an academy where if a company goes out of business and someone is a student of a leader who has, for lack of a better term, graduated the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, or at least attending the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, then their logical move, if their company goes out of business or something happens and they need to change companies for whatever reason, that their logical move would be, I like this company, and I need to find somebody in that company that's a member of the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, because I know that they're going to be teaching the same classes that I've already been going through, and they're going to understand the five core fundamental systems of developing teams. They're going to ask me for my 20 reasons in my top 3. They know how to help me launch my business. They're going to provide me directional leadership, and when I get comfortable with the product line and the comp plan, they're going to be able to coach me, and they're going to be able to support me. And I understand their goal is to ultimately get me to a point where they can delegate to me, and I can be one of their 3 to 5 people this year. And you guys that have been around the network marketing training that we do, which again is the majority of you, kind of understand what I'm saying. So I had this whole vision of what could be developed over time, not in 90 days, not in a year. And so we started that, and I started it probably at least a year quicker than I should have. But if I hadn't have, I had to just maintain my sanity. So as I go through the rest of this, it's because the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy is made up of network marketing leaders from multiple companies around the world who understand the real product in the profession is people. They believe if you build people, people will build the business, and the way to accomplish this is through wisdom of the ages, success principles, and sequential systematic training. So that's kind of what the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy is about. And so I started to understand that I have to have the right people in this program. So who are the right people? Well, if they've come through the training club, which we have, the Network Marketing Training Club, and they come through that, then those people would be are potentially the best people to pull into the academy over time. And again, all this is still in formulation, guys. But some of you know that we recently relaunched the training club. We redid it. We relaunched it, the MLM Training Club, and it's part of the overall process that I am personally doing. So I'm just trying to kind of give you some insight here as to the limiting beliefs that I personally had and regarding the training club. So identifying limiting beliefs is one of the most challenging parts, and it's something I didn't even talk about in the past programs, because there's a lot of new, again, a lot of new science and research and buzz about this. So I wanted to include this, and I wanted to talk about it because I do see the importance because of personal experience. So if you had asked me prior to August 2015, said, Dale, why haven't you ever taken the time to really focus on network marketing support services? You know, you've done trainings here and there, and you know, you do seminars, and you've had the opportunity to travel and speak and consult, but why have you never focused on building network marketing support services? And I would tell you, well, in 2000, when I retired from, you know, just I'm done, I made that decision because I wanted to pursue other businesses. And you know, I realized that the network marketing business model was in a total state of speculation, and I just didn't feel comfortable in that environment, and you know, I just wanted to do other things. That's what I would have said, and that would have been true. But after August, I had to say, okay, Dale, what are the true limiting beliefs, and what are you going to do about it? Because as long as you have the limiting beliefs that you have, you're never going to be able to, you have to replace those, if possible, with empowering beliefs, or at least with yes buts, Dale, yes buts. It's because I don't know, I mean, I have to look at it from different eyes. So I'm just going to share with you personally, because I want you to be able to do this for you, wherever you are, with whatever your limiting beliefs are. So the number one limiting belief I had is the only people involved in network marketing are 3%ers and get-rich-quick opportunity seekers, the 70%ers. You know, there's no good people left. There's nobody I would want to work with. You know, 3%ers, you know, I well documented my feeling there. It's like I love them, but it's like, you know, they don't understand it's not about them. And, you know, the 70%ers, they're just revolving doors looking for, you know, going from this deal to that deal, looking for the foo-foo dust. So I don't want to be in that market. So that was my first reality, or my first limiting belief. And I've since changed it to, there are tens of thousands of good people, Dale, 27%ers and 3%ers that know they need to systemize their training. You just have to get your experience and track record in front of them, and the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy members can, and you and the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy members can make the difference in the lives of tens of thousands of network marketers. So that's what I had to change that limiting belief to. And I'm just going to run through these just to give you an example. Second limiting belief, most people don't want to hear wisdom and reality. They would rather just be motivated and told they can be lazy and undisciplined and have fun, and that there's foo-foo dust out there that they haven't discovered yet that they can just sprinkle on them. And once they find that foo-foo dust that, you know, you can buy for only $97 and it's sprinkled all over you, it's better than winning the lottery. And that there is a secret that's being hidden from them. Now, a lot of people like to think that way, especially 70%ers. But that's a limiting belief for Dale. So I says, you know, the right people recognize wisdom of the ages when they hear it, and they would rather be told the truth than fluff. Dale, you love people enough to tell them what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear, and you'll continue to attract the right people. Limiting belief 3, you know the backstories of way too many leaders and perceived gurus in the industry. It obviously doesn't matter to people. They just want to be told what they want to hear. And that's, that's true, and I can think on it from that perspective. Or I can say, Dale, you know what? The right people always ask, who is this person and why should I be listening to them? You will continue to help people become real leaders who develop other leaders on their team. You're going to continue to find the right people and help them develop into real leaders who develop other real leaders on their team. Number 4, the network marketing profession is the most challenging business model in the world, and most people won't treat it like a real business because they don't have enough skin in the game. They get involved for a few $100s, and they don't treat it like a real business. It's not worth it. You're just dealing with people that aren't serious. And I replace that. The right people are not afraid of challenges, and they have a vision of the generational wealth that this business model can provide for their family. That's your market, Dale. That's who you're looking for. Number 5, you need to be totally disengaged from network marketing business model. You've been trying to get away from it for 15 years. It's the most misunderstood business model in the world. Most business people out there, really don't get it. There's no use trying to change it. There's too many other businesses you can build, and Dale, time that you spend in network marketing is cheating your grandchildren. And that was probably my biggest hurdle, limiting belief, if you will. And I've just come to the conclusion, I have to tell myself, Dale, remember the 20-year-old Dale. Remember how you were when you were 20 years old. Network marketing is the #1 personal development business model in the world. And when it's all said and done, life is about the positive impact you make on other people. The right people and the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy can make a long-term positive impact on the profession and the people within it. It's worth 5 years, Dale, of dedicated effort. It'll be the best long-term decision you make for your family. You can give it all you got for 5 years. So I'm just sharing with you guys some of mine because, again, I don't expect you to do anything that I haven't done. And I'm going to do all this with you. And it's coming at a kind of a good time for me as well, because since August of 85, or 95, or 2000, was it August of 85, August of 2015, it's been quite of a journey for me, honestly, because I coasted for a long time. And I just decided that, I had a couple of heart attacks. I didn't die, so I guess God's not done with me yet. And I got to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing and give it all I got. So, I mean, that's that's it. It's very difficult for positive people, and you guys, I look at the ones of you that have joined that I know, and for the most part I would say you're really positive, upbeat people. And when you're a really positive, upbeat person who's already overcome limiting beliefs in your life, and I know many of you have already, throughout your life, consciously or not, have overcome a lot of limiting beliefs that you first had. And so you're positive, you're productive, you're you're respected. And when you're positive and productive and respected, sometimes it's really hard to identify your limiting beliefs, because they are beliefs. And as I go through my limiting beliefs, I don't know that you ever eliminate those beliefs, but you replace them with empowering beliefs. And because almost every limiting belief that you have, you can frame it and say, yes, but Dale, yes, but you can do this because of this, and yes, but, if you have to yes, but it before you can just totally eliminate it, then that's okay too. Because I think the more, as you move forward, that's required as your limiting beliefs become, you've already overcome many that most people never do, and you've already come way past that. Now you're looking at, your limiting beliefs through a whole different pair of glasses. So if you have to yes but them, it's okay to yes but them from my perspective. And again, I wish there was some research that I could say that it's okay, and I can't point to anything. It's just my personal belief, because that's the only way I've been able to deal with them. Because again, like all of you, they're hard because, hey, this is a fact, this is a reality. And we believe that because it's our beliefs, if that makes sense. Let me see. Okay, I really believe this. Number 4. I really believed all of them I shared with you. The network marketing profession is the most challenging business model in the world, and most people won't treat it like a real business because they don't have enough skin in the game. I believe that. I believe that the network marketing business model is very unique, because it not just requires skill sets, it also requires mindsets, and most people are too lazy to develop either one. Okay, 70% of the people are too lazy to develop either one. So I believe that. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you I don't, but, yes, but the right people are not afraid of challenges, and they do have a vision of the generational wealth this business model can provide for their family. And those are the people you want to be working with anyway. So I hope this is kind of a tricky thing, guys, because I've never taught it before, and it's kind of an oxymoron. So I just wanted to communicate it the best I knew how, and that's why I just wanted to give you my examples. So, I believe in thy own self be true, but, you can live in a world of self-limiting beliefs, or you can dream bigger and say yes, but, and overcome it. So it's kind of a never-ending process, and I'm realizing that, because when will these 5 be knocked out? When everybody in network marketing that's been around for a year has at least heard of the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, and how awesome those people are. It's like, man, if you could get involved in that, it's like going to Harvard. That's once that happens, then the yes buts will be gone. my personal yes buts regarding this aspect of my life. So just kind of review, guys. Some of you need to spend some time with the science. I showed you where that is. Accept the science. Somebody said, Dale, I get it. I understand it. I accept it. Well, if you accept the science, then you have to accept the fact that 15 minutes a day with this program is going to create total new brain cell patterns that's going to create new levels of internally generated motivation, which ultimately creates activities, and the right activities over a consistent time always creates success in whatever entrepreneurial endeavor you're involved with. Create your perfect day as your second assignment. You can do that in your journal or on the worksheet PDF in the back end. Create the day for December 17th, 2012. And if you're a network marketer, here I'm asking you to do this. You don't have to do this. Obviously, you do what's best for you. But I would love if you started your perfect day with, I just returned from the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy event in Lexington, Kentucky. And the last 5 years have been remarkable. You know, today, me and who's ever closest in your life, or we're going to do this, then we have this plan, and then create your perfect day. And you say, well, Dale, why do you want me to do that? Because my perfect day is going to start with, we just completed the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy event in Lexington, Kentucky. It was attended by blah, 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 and that's going to be mine. So I know that there's power when a lot of people are on the same path, thinking the same way. We say, well, Dale, when is it going to be in 2021? I don't know yet. I don't know what facilities are available, you know, but I know it will be before December 17th. So it might be December 11th or 12th. I don't know when it will be. But whenever it is, if you're a network marketer, I hope you're there. And so I'm just wanted to communicate that this morning. You know, if you want to start it, I just returned from, say, Dale, why would I want to go to Lexington, Kentucky? Because that's where we're going to have the event. Why don't you have it in Atlanta, Dale? It's easier to get to. Yeah, I know, but I'm probably going to be in Kentucky for Christmas early, so I can be back to Atlanta late, because we have family both places. So I figured, okay, I'm going to be in Kentucky, so we're going to do the event in Kentucky, in Lexington, in December, and I'm giving you 5 years to think about it and plan for it if you're one of the people on this and you're involved in network marketing. Just a thought. Number 3, identify your 5 limiting beliefs and develop 5 empowering beliefs. And I tried to give you examples of those. What I would ask you to do with those is write them on 3x5 cards. Write them on 3x5 cards as affirmations. So that's it. Pretty simple. When are we going to meet again? I don't know. Probably I would say Wednesday, the 21st, what is that, the 22nd. But honestly, that's not going to work out because Kentucky plays Louisville on that night, and I'm just not going to miss that basketball game under any circumstances. So that's not going to happen. But I'll let you know as soon as I can. I want to give you a little bit of time, but don't putz around with this, guys. Get your perfect day finished. Identify your 5 limiting beliefs. Write your empowering beliefs on postcards, because what we're going to do is we're going to basically read the scroll, read our affirmations on the postcards pretty much every day. At some point, we're going to talk, and we'll talk about books and other things. But again, I'm tweaking this whole program just a little bit. It's everything that we've always done, but these limiting beliefs are something that are very, very important. And also the perfect day. I never talked about a specific date and looking 5 years down the road and saying, okay, this is what's going to, this is my perfect day, my perfect life. 5 years from now, how's that going to look? Describe it, write it out. And I hope this is making sense, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Please participate in this group. This group is going to be really, really important. And it's just for people that can just, just be honest and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is, this group, people encouraging each other that are all going down this path at the same time and experiencing this. Because I promise you, there's going to be some people that it'll freak them out a little bit. It's like, whoa, what's going on? What's happening to me? How did I know that? Why did I say that? It's like, we're going to have these people, going around, walking through the grocery store saying, cancel, 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 cancel that thought, and again, I want you to be bold about this. I want you to be as bold as you can. Talk out loud to yourself. You respond to your own voice, and you're going to say, I am worthy of making $250,000 a year as one of the top leaders in my company. And your subconscious mind says, who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're fooling? But you put in the subliminal, you read the scrolls every day, you keep telling yourself, I am worthy of making $250,000 a year and being recognized as one of the top leaders in my company. And then your subconscious mind will say, it could happen. It's probably not going to happen, but it could. And you keep doing it, and then all of a sudden your subconscious mind, you're going to say, I am worthy. I'm worthy of making $250,000 or whatever your number is. I just pulled $250,000 out of the air. I'm worthy of making $712,000, whatever your number is, but I'm worthy of making $250,000 a year and being one of the top recognized leaders in my company. And your subconscious mind says, right on, Dale, right on. Fist bump. That's kind of where you're going. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun journey. I'm going to let you guys go. Please participate in this program. I think that's my last slide. Yeah, it is. I will let you know when we're going to do it again. You have assignment between now and then. Get your 5 empowering beliefs written on postcards, on note cards. Write out your perfect day. If you want to say, I just returned from the NW Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy event in Lexington, Kentucky. My wife and I are now whatever you want to say, but do look at a specific date 5 years in the future. And even if you're not involved in network marketing and you don't know what it is, we'd still like to have you come to the event if you decide you want to. But we'll talk about that at a later time. Thanks for being with me, guys. You guys have an awesome Christmas. For you basketball fans, I know we don't have that many, but Kentucky plays North Carolina, Michael Jordan's former school, at 5:45 this afternoon. So I would appreciate you sending a a kind thought towards my Kentucky Wildcats. I'm going to be watching it with my parents, so I'm looking forward to that. And I love this type of time of year. I probably won't talk to you till after Christmas, but we'll get it recorded regardless. But you guys have an awesome holiday. Expect 2017 to be the best year of your life, the most impactful year of your life. The last thing I want to tell you, I want to share with you, we will probably do it at least one more before the 1st of January. But if not, January 1, 3 times, morning, noon, sometime in the evening, 2 to 3 minutes, read the scroll. Down the road, you will have memorized the scroll. It'll be part of you. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning. You'll know all the scrolls. But if we don't talk, do that. Starting January 1, 3 times a day, scroll 1. Start. Add your 5 empowering beliefs cards at least once a day. You can mix those up because we might end up with 20 note cards, and you can read 7 of them in the morning and 7 in the night and 7 in the evening, or you can read all 21 if you want. You can take those emotional, convictional affirmation cards that you read out loud. You can put those on audio if you want. That's a good idea. But say, well, Dale, what do you mean the 20? Well, we have 5 now. We'll talk about the others as we move forward. The most important thing you have to do is wrap your mind around right now the science, and then commit, daggone it, I am going to do this, and I have a lot of other people that are doing it with me, and I'm not going to let them down. I'm not going to let me down. I'm going to participate in the Facebook page. I'm going to do my scrolls 3 times a day, and 2017 is going to be a year that I can look back and know that I was at a crossroads, and it pointed me in a direction that's going to be life-altering, not just for me, but for every member of my family and for future generations. That's my hope and prayer for you guys. Have an awesome weekend. Please take this serious. I know you are. And I will talk to you again real soon.